Hello, everyone. I'm constitutional attorney Katherine Henry. Welcome to this week's segment of our Biblical Insight. This week, we had a great opportunity to have an interview with a candidate for Michigan Governor, Ryan Kelly, in our full episode that aired on Tuesday at noon. We've also had some great follow-up segments with Wednesday's Way to Get Involved Challenge and Thursday's Constitution segment recap and Friday's Freedom Fighting Tools. So today is no different than any other Sunday. We are going to share with you God's Word on the topics that we've been discussing all week. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple for you this week. So if you look at the NIV and you look at Isaiah 58:12, your people will rebuild the ancient ruins and will raise up from the age-old foundations. You will be called repairer of broken walls, restorer of streets and dwellings. Now, why did I pick that one? It could mean so many different things, but let me share with you why. The office of governor is one that I know we've all heard things about governors, different scandals or different, press releases or, big things that have been happening throughout our entire lives. We've heard of different governors from different states throughout the years even. But I think that for the most part, we have really failed to recognize what true power a governor has. Unfortunately, in most instances, such as we saw in 2020 and the last 2 years, we've seen governors take and utilize power that they were not constitutionally given and that they have no authority to actually exercise. However, we've also seen good governors who are generally constitution-minded fail to utilize the full extent of their powers in ways that can actually rein in that abuse and that constitutional disregarding, if you will, and to fully protect our individual God-given liberties. So this week, I made sure to have that as part of the discussion with Ryan as one of the candidates for Michigan governor about what would he do if he were to discover somebody within his purview of being able to hire and fire somebody within the executive branch, that they were violating their oath of office, that they were not supporting or defending the Constitution, that they were in fact violating the very terms of the U.S. or Michigan Constitution. And he indicated he is definitely on board with looking at a possible termination, especially if it's egregious or intentional. Whereas in some instances, maybe just having that education piece, because if it's somebody that's worked in government, especially for quite a few years, maybe they have the best of intentions, but they've just been led astray for so long. They need the opportunity, perhaps, to be shown what the actual Constitution says and what we should actually be doing when we're in government. So he wants to try utilizing that route, and I'm glad he said it that way too. And he also is, though, going to look at immediate termination if the circumstances warrant it, and correcting that behavior through education on the Constitution cannot be done. If, however, it's somebody that's outside of his scope of being able to hire or fire, outside of his ability to reorganize the executive department as he sees fit, he knows that he has the option under the Michigan Constitution to bring that individual, that office holder or an agency, into court to have the court make a determination, a declaration, or provide some sort of other relief or remedy to stop those constitutional violations from continuing, to be able to repair the harm in some way and to be able to move forward. So Ryan is well aware of that option that he has before him, and he seemed pretty eager to learn even more about those opportunities from the perspective of constitutional law. And so I'd be glad to have further discussions with him on that. But not saying that it would be Ryan. It could be really anybody in any position who takes their oath of office seriously and who fully utilizes the true powers, and only those actually authorized by the Constitution. If they are taking that all seriously, taking it to heart, and doing everything they truly can to defend and support the Constitution, they can be seen as the repairer of broken walls. They can be called the restorer of streets with dwellings. They will be the ones to help rebuild what has been ruined for quite some time by our government institutions and politicians that have gone rogue. These new people in place, these new people in office with a passion for our constitutionally protected, God-given liberties, they can be the ones to raise up those age-old foundations, God's word, and what's written into the language of the constitutions themselves. So that's why I'm sharing with you today Isaiah 58:12. I hope you do take a look and think about it from that perspective. And we look forward to seeing you join us Tuesday for our next full episode at noon. And please make sure to take advantage of the video that we shared yesterday and posts that we shared yesterday talking about this week's Restore Freedom weekly goodie. And of course, make sure to look out for your weekly Restore Freedom newsletter as well. Thanks so much for joining us and supporting us. Again, I'm constitutional attorney Katherine Henry, and it has been a pleasure to share with you this week's biblical insight. Oh, and I almost forgot. Happy Mother's Day to myself, to my mother, who doesn't watch any of my videos, to my grandmother, to my stepmother, and to my mother-in-law, and to all of you out there who are mothers. Truly, happy Mother's Day. Please don't forget to stop and take time, however little it may be, to celebrate your hard work and your sacrifice and everything that you do and have done as a mother. And to each of my 4 children, I love you dearly. I'm glad to be a part of your life. And I cannot wait to see the amazing things that you each will accomplish. Not that any of them, except for maybe Emma, will watch this video. All right.